Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Ablation here again with another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. This battle I lost, and I recorded it because it was just so damn good. Honestly, there's a whole bunch of other battles where I lost where I'd like to share with you, but they were like overachieving wins. I'm like, oh, they took advantage of me, and I feel violated after that. And I'm like, no, no, don't want to relive that. But anyway, this is a battle against my friend. His in-game name is Ash. He told me he's always named his, his Pokemon, person Ash because I guess it works. But anyway, he is coming up with a Garchomp, a Charizard X, a Metagross, Dragonite, Electivire, and Excadrill. He has a huge dragon weakness, which I did not bring, but I did bring a fairy. So with that, I guess that works. Anyway, this battle goes to show, bringing back your old Pokemon team from Black and White 2 because of Pokebank, it works. And you'll see a whole bunch of nice little, points in the battle where, the Pokemon on his side are just better. They just are. This battle was a loss of... Well, it was a good loss, I guess. So Ash is issuing the challenge. I start off with my Tyranitar to get my Stealth Rocks up. Goes for Excadrill. Set up my Sandstream, because why not? Excadrill automatically goes for the Iron Head. I'm like, ah! Oh, that hurt a lot. I'm lucky to set up my Stealth Rocks, but I can't take another hit from that damn thing. I really can't. So I switch out my Tyranitar and I go right into my Dusclops. So I'm like, yeah. So my plan here is to burn the Excadrill so its fighting type moves, or like, not fighting type moves, its physical attacks are like hindered, I guess, with Will-O-Wisp and being burned. But this thing is faster. Ah, it hurts a lot. So I go off to my Will-O-Wisp, and I'm happy. Like, yay! Damage! Got buffeted by the Sandstorm. Dusclops is pretty much like, oh, okay, this is nice, I guess. So I call back my Dusclops. And like, oh god, this is already going horrible. So I decide I'm gonna sack my Jumpluff because my Jumpluff can't really do anything to most of his team, actually. What's it gonna do against Excadrill? Nothing. I can't put it to sleep. It's already burned. I can't put it to sleep anyway if it wasn't burned, because it's a Steel type. Steel types kind of can't really get sleeped by powder moves. But I just go for Acrobatics, going for damage, and it did nothing. I'm just like, god damn. Horrible. Hurt by burn. I call back my Jumpluff, hoping maybe it can come back for, like, I don't know, like, Sleep Powder later on, but it just dies, I think, later on. So this is Excadrill. This is why this Pokemon is banned. It's outrageous. It's bulky, and its physical attack is just so damn good. This ground Steel type. Horrible. I think its only weaknesses are fire and water, I think. So I go right for a Bullet Punch, hoping I kill, and I do, because I don't want this thing around at all, and that crit mattered. I think that crit mattered. Ugh. Actually, it didn't really matter. If he would have lived and got another attack off, he would have died to burning. So I'm going to call back my Scizor. Took a whole bunch of Stealth Rock damage, and I'm going for my T-Tar to get the Sandstorm up again. I'm saving my T-Tar just to damage his team with Sandstorm, and that ultimately, does me in and kills me. But he's a Charizard X. He's now a Fire Dragon type. Even though he's flying, he's gonna get hit with ground type moves. It's amazing. So he goes in for a Fire Blast, and like, oh, I'm dead. Even though I resist it. But I bulk out with 9. I'm like, yeah, that's a Fire Blast from a freaking Charizard, and I live. That's what's up. It goes for a Roost, though. So I'm like, oh, really? You're gonna Roost? Such no. So I hit my Earthquake. Even though it looks as it's flying, it's gonna get hit with a ground type move. Fire Dragon, remember, guys. More Sandstream damage. Charizard. I withdraw Tyranitar because I really want to save the sand, because I feel like that's the biggest way I can like deal damage to his team. So he goes for Air Slash. I think, oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead no matter what. So I live on with that, but it doesn't matter because I get buffeted by the Sandstorm and Dusclops goes down. So down goes Dusclops. I'm like, no, I could have got a Shadow Sneak off, and then I would have died. So I go ahead and right into Scizor, because Scizor. And I go for a Bullet Punch. It's priority, and it's stab with Technician. Boom, max attack stat. That's how well I do. Like, Fire type ain't gonna kill me. Just doing. Next he brings in an Electivire. This electric type is just so bulky. It's a mixed attacker. So I was like, maybe this thing runs Fire Punch, but I made sure, but even on the off chance, but it goes for the Flamethrower. I'm just like, no, Flamethrower. I did not expect Flamethrower, but this thing can out like Fire Punch, and was like, okay, yeah, I'm going down to that. So I go into my Gardevoir. He goes for an EQ. I'm just like, oh crap. Oh, I did not take that well. I go for a Dazzling Gleam. Thing outspeeds like a mofo. So I'm like, oh, Gardevoir, you're not gonna take another Earthquake. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go for it. Goes for an EQ. Yay, I avoid that. But Electivire is just so fast. Ah! And I like did a whole bunch of speed, and Jumpluff's really fast too. I was like, no, why did you outspeed? So I go for Jolteon, last ditch effort. Shadow Ball, because I can't hit this thing with an electric type move, and this thing can't hit me with an electric type move. But as you see, it has Flamethrower and Earthquake. So I'm like, Jolteon, you're dead. I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry. So obviously the electric type with the freaking ground type move wins. Just earth bending all over me. So I set up my Sandstream. I know this thing's gonna die either way if he stays in, and he decides to stay in and let Electivire die. Ice Punch. Ouch. Hurts. So I think I'm only down to my Gardevoir now. So down goes his Electivire. So I've taken out his Excadrill, Shiny Charizard, and his Electivire. Next up is his Dragonite. So I'm like, only Pokemon left is my Fairy, which is nice. So Dragonite comes in, and this is where like the Sandstream just backfires on me because it's gonna hit my my Gardevoir. So he's just gonna Roost Stall me at this point because I have only one Pokemon left and my own Sandstorm will take me out at this point. Boom! That just stinks. I have no chance of winning this whatsoever. He still has his Garchomp and his Metagross out for this. But I go for a T-Bolt, hoping for Paralyze Hacks, and I get it. So I'm just like, yes! Yes! Paralyzed, it can't move, so it doesn't get to Roost. So I'm like, yay, I outspeed, and he roosts me. He can't do that no more because it's paralyzed, so I go right for a Psychic. Take that. Dragonite goes down, and is like the last Pokemon that you guys will see. Right before I get hit with Sandstorm, the last Pokemon you'll see is Metagross. Look at that shiny, shiny Metagross. It's all white and yellow. I like it. Ugh. So I go right for a Focus Blast. I know this thing is Steel Psychic, so the Psychic has a resistance to fighting, but that did a decent chunk. I had nothing else for this thing, but it didn't really matter. T-Bolt wouldn't have killed. As a resistance to both Fairy. My Psychic wouldn't have worked anyway. Focus Blast was just a whole bunch of like power behind it, so I'm like, I'll use you. Whatever, I couldn't have done anything that way. Psychic, maybe? Nah, probably not. Anyway, he didn't even get to show off his Garchomp, but his Metagross, but his shinies were right here. I didn't know if his Garchomp was shiny, I'll have to ask him later. But that is how that battle went. I lost, I decided to lose this valiantly, and yeah, that's how it went. Anyway, you guys, this has been Blazing Wi-Fi Battle Pokemon X. And as you know, I am trying to get better at Pokemon. I'm trying to do some better things for the channel. And as always, I'ma see you later!